I'm back.
Yes.
Is Megan back?
Just missing Megan. So we lose hit points and die in a dream, we die in real life, sort of thing.
Matrix.
Maybe.
Freddy Krueger rules.
And by maybe, I mean yes.
Oh,
Right.
And by yes, I mean die.
Pretty vivid dream we're having here.
Is
You
it
have
dream?
to realize you are currently in a book that is a history book. And if you die,
So,
you
we all
are
know history
quite
books,
literally history.
So if we kill anyone, they die.
Yep.
And we change the future. Is that
Hmm.
right?
Nope.
No.
Because you are the guests in this book. The book is already written, or the
I was-
events have already happened,
Right, I was just about to ask Strahd something.
and you kill Strahd.
No, I wasn't going to ask. I wasn't
I
going to kill him. I was going to ask
I'm just
him.
going to fail my healing rolls. Oh no! I
One.
rolled a
Oh,
one.
no.
I was going to heal him by hitting him with my axe.
Yeah.
Just rub dirt in it.
I was like, no, let me spit in it.
Oh, damn, that's not a plaster. Do you think if we spoke to him, he'd remember?
Remember what?
Right, that's all right.
Meeting us, that we saved his life.
If- Like, I was going to speak to him and ask him before we went into initiative if he remembered us from talking to him on the stairs when he was crying and saying he wasn't going to be
A little bit.
a very good swordsman. And now look at you.
Should you call him a little bit?
Look at you,
Now look at you.
the little bitch.
Running into battle, dying.
Do you remember us when you were crying and we told you to not be a little bitch?
What would his reply be to that, do you think, Peter?
There's only one way to find out, isn't there?
Well, we're in initiative now, so we're out of time. If it's going to be end of chapter after this.
Can we say to him as well, like, if ever at all you meet us in the future for some reason, just be nice to us.
I don't think it works like that.
Remember my face, it's not going to change, it's not going to get older.
Just remember us, because we're going to be seeing you again soon.
Just remember that the bard called you a little bitch.
Nobody else, just the bard.
Then when we first see him next time, when he's really, really old, we'll just be like, hey, little bitch.
I don't know you guys. Yeah, we're like descendants from this first group of adventurers who like all died. But they said they saw you.
Yeah, they rub salt in your wounds or something.
Pushed you in the mud.
Yeah.
Is everyone back?
Yeah, Megan, I'm
Oh,
waiting for
sorry.
you.
Sorry, I'm back.
Did you have a good poo?
Yeah, excellent. No, I went out for a quick sig.
Okay. Yeah, so you, where are we? Strahd is on the ground, in front of his horse. He's bleeding profusely, and in front of you are 3 infantrymen, wearing blue and silver armor, and behind them is a paladin wearing quite a lot more expensive looking blue and silver armor, and All of them on the chests have a symbol of a dragon's head. And the first one up is the first ones up are the 3 infantrymen who are going to attack. So, if you just give me a rough description of how you're standing, are you like shoulder to shoulder, or is somebody
I'm
hanging
miles
back?
away. Yeah, I'm
Miles
miles away.
Okay, so they will go for Keris, and they will go for Felston. The first infantryman is going to attack Keris. Nothing much to worry about. He attacks you with his longsword.
Oh, okay, yeah. Bring it.
Three. I'm guessing that's a miss.
Yeah.
The next one's going to attack Felston. Longsword again. I think that's a hit. And he's going to do D8 plus 1. So we're going to do 1d8. 2 points of damage. And then the third one is going to attack the paladin again. Keris. That's a miss again.
Yep.
Next one up is Felston.
I'm gonna attack the infantryman closest to me,
Okay.
and it's I'm using two-handed weapon.
Ooh.
Battle tax.
So
That's a hit.
Brilliant.
Wait, how much damage are you doing here? Confused.
Let me have a
All right,
look at these.
two-handed, 8.
Yeah.
You bring your battle tax down on this infantryman's helm, and you not only split his helm in half, you also split his head in half, and he just drops to the ground with just lots of gore and blood spilling everywhere.
Ooh.
And yeah, is that you done?
I get a second attack.
Go on then.
So I'm gonna attack the next entryman pass from him.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a hit. And yeah, you bring that battle tax across. So you kind of you've killed the first one, and you pull your axe out of his head, and then just swing it around at the other one, and you just decapitate him, and he drops to his knees on the spot as well.
Oh, I've got a question about the battle tax. It says when you roll a 20 on an attack roll, does it mean does it have to be a natural 20, or does it just have to be a 20?
It's at 20.
So the battle tax lets me have, let's see, how do I copy this into roll 20?
Is it the one that you make gold spill out of the runes?
It is.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, when you roll a 20 on an attack roll with this weapon against a small or large creature, you magically earn a number of gold coins equal to the damage from the attack.
Okay.
So I now have 13 gold.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm rich.
Well, you say you have. It's fallen all over the floor for
No.
free grab.
Here's the it magically goes into my pocket.
Yeah. You hear the reassuring clink.
Have you got magic pants then as well? Like how does?
Well, I may be a barbarian, but I'm not completely naked. I have some sense of sensibility.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up is Amadon. Assuming Felston's finished.
Yes, I'm done.
Oh, I've not got it anymore. I must have swapped it out. I'm just going to do Eldritch Blast then on the Paladin.
Have we not got Eldritch Blast anymore?
No, I had. I was thinking of using electricity spell since they were in silver armor. Not if silver's conductive or out, but I've swapped it out for something. Chill touch, I think.
Mike, have you got Eldritch Blast?
I do not know.
Alright.
Yep. So hit DC. I'm gonna roll it IRL because it rolls me at disadvantage on. So that's an 8 plus 6. 14 to hit.
Who are you attacking? Infantry?
No, the paladin.
The paladin. That's a miss, my friend.
I've got.
It's not just some chump.
Well, it's 2 beams, isn't it? So, do I roll again?
You roll again, yeah.
Yeah.
You roll 1 for each beam.
That's even worse. So that's a miss.
Okay. So you fire Eldritch Blast at him, but they seem to ignore him, and they just streak past him. And next one up is, are you finished then?
Taking the dragon out of the pocket, is that an action?
I've no idea. You tell me. Is it a bonus
No.
action or what?
I don't know, because it doesn't really tell you that. I presume it's like taking a weapon out.
That's a full action to take a weapon out. That's just for the sake of the story. Yes, you whip your dragon out, and this dragon looks completely as you expected it originally to look. It's not skeletal. It's just this beautiful, cute little dragon.
Oh, cool. Do you want me to drop him in? Does he need to roll for...
Yes, you need initiative on it. Just click your initiative. Just highlight him. Click your initiative just for speed.
Yeah, so it's +1. 12. Highlighting. Alright, sorry, highlight me.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Twice.
Okay. So, have you got 2? Oh no. Done it wrong. You were on 16,
the
right?
other one?
Yeah. I'll change it back to 16, and then... Oh, done it. Let's just say, can it go on the same turn as you?
No, I don't think. Well, if I've whipped it out now, I think it'll just be taking Mick if I use it as well.
Yeah, go on, take it, use it.
Use it.
This is built to go fast.
Yeah, it's going to fly 40 feet.
Yeah.
And it's going to claw the
Do it.
paladin as well. To hit +3. And it's going to miss. 9.
It's on the same place your Eldritch Blast. Have you got the glasses on?
Damn new glasses.
Oh, no.
9. Yeah, I've missed.
The paladin looks quite impressed with your dragon. And next up is Keris.
How far away is the paladin from me?
I wouldn't worry about it. You're in the front line. You're kind of toe to toe with them.
All right, so I'll
They're
be
trying to get to Strahd, and you stand between them.
Okay. So I'm gonna cast Wrathful this one.
Wrathful Smite.
Yeah.
I need to do a Wisdom DC 13. His Wisdom is +3. So I'll do D20 and we'll add a 3 to it because I can't be bothered. 20.
Okay. I'm gonna attack with my longsword.
Okay.
The paladin.
Okay. That's a miss.
Or not. Attempt to.
So you swing your longsword at him and it just clinks off his armor. That is gleaming in the beautiful sunshine that you haven't seen for a long time. And next up is that you done?
Oh, can I use my luck here or not?
I guess I can't remember the thing for it. You just roll it again? I think you just roll again, don't you?
Yeah, can I just roll it again?
Yeah. Should have told you about that, Lucky. Excellent.
Oh, for God's sake. But never mind.
Don't worry about it. So next up is the Paladin. The Paladin is going to cast Divine Eminence on Keris. So
Shit.
that's his bonus action. He expends a spell slot to cause a melee weapons to magically deal an extra 3d6 radiant damage. So he does that as a bonus action, and then he's going to swing his mace at you.
Wow.
So that's a d20 plus 2.
Plus 3d6.
See if it hits first.
Oh.
12.
Yes.
That's a miss.
Yes.
He looks kind of disappointed, like, oh. And next up is Tarek.
Alright. So, did you say some people have died? Like, who are we dealing with at the moment?
You've got 1 infantry and 1 paladin.
1 infantry, 1 paladin. Are they close together?
Pretty much.
I don't want to hit anyone else though. Like, will I hit my teammates if I do like a splash attack?
I wouldn't worry about that kind of thing. Just do your thing.
I'm gonna try cast fireball on the paladin then.
Oh. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Go on. Fireball's quite big, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll cast it on the paladin and the infantry guy.
Okay. Just for reference, when you're casting area of effect spells, you can target them further away,
Yeah, to not.
and
get your
they'll
teammates-
still, yeah. So they'll still.
Yeah. So I'll try and just clip them on the edge of it and still do the damage.
So you fire a fireball behind them, and
Yeah.
is your roll. Or do I have to do a dex save or something?
Yeah.
Okay, so his
Yeah,
dex is
15.
0. So this is the paladin. Wow. It's only a save though, so you don't get anything special on that. And the same for the infantryman. 20. What the fuck? Right.
Wow. Two
So-
opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah. So the paladin gets it, but the infantryman definitely dodges out of the way. He's obviously seen these things before, but for some reason the paladin hasn't.
Alright.
Mike,
Mm-hmm.
I've just realised, I heard you chuckle. You're not on my list.
Am I not?
No.
I roll pretty
You need
crap, so I just figured I'd
You need to click yourself and do initiative.
check yourself to wreck yourself.
Right, go on. What are we doing? 26?
26 damage.
Oh, yeah. So you bathe this paladin in flame, and in like a really slow motion 1980s action film, the infantryman dives out of the way, but the paladin just goes up in flames, and he's just kind of like a stuntman, just running away, flailing his arms, and he just drops to his knees a few feet further down, and just drops to the ground face down, dead.
Wow.
And the infantryman is stood there, kind of cacking himself, and it's his turn. Where are you, Mike?
I've just rolled a 7.
I don't see you on the.
Can you not see on roll 20?
No.
Oh, what a
I
pile
can
of
see
shit.
your roll, but you're not on the turn order.
It says you wanted to send this result of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected.
You have to click your token and then click initiative.
What
Click
the
your
fuck?
face.
So you have to highlight your token in roll 20 and then click initiative, and that assigns initiative to that token.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Click your token,
Yeah, done that.
and then
Now
go
do your
to D&D Beyond and click initiative.
Right.
There you go.
There you go.
Fucking mental. 6, even better.
Okay, well in that case it's you next.
Right. Is it worth?
There's just an infantryman left.
Yeah, right. Fuck it. Hang on. I'm going to. It's just an infantryman. I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on him.
Okay. Do I need to roll something?
Nope.
No, you just kill me.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
Target must succeed on a dex throw. Dex saving throw.
Okay. He's got. What's he got? Dex 0 dex. 15. Oh, that's your things are 15. Yeah, he dodges your attack.
Okay.
Oh.
I think that's it.
Is that you?
I want to cast cutting words.
Okay. What does that do? Oh, does that reduce my roll?
So you got to roll a 1d8, and whatever you get, take it off your roll.
Well, whatever I roll is going to be less than 15. So yeah.
You fail. So it
So
hits.
you stream a load of curse words at this guy as he's trying to dodge the sacred flame, and he's sufficiently distracted, and he also sets alight in just this huge plume of radiance, and he's like, "Oh, you bastard!" And he drops to the floor as well. So there's just loads of charred bodies around,
Sweet.
and you're out of combat.
Yeah.
And just as you turn around to see to I forgot to tell you, the paladin was wielding a silvered longsword.
Cool.
I've already got one of them. Does anybody else want it?
It's probably
want it.
melted by now.
Right, so you grab the silvered longsword, put it in your loincloth, and Strahd is terribly injured, bleeding heavily, just as you turn. And you see 3 Vistani men, or what you assume to be Vistani men, because they're dressed like Vistanis, have already arrived, and they're kind of patching him up, and nursing him back to health, and kind of blatantly casting spells on him. And then they just pop a healing potion, and he is and help him walk back to one of their wagons. And as this happens, a river of blood flows down the enemy's. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. So you press forward, and you press forward up the hill, and there are a number of orders, the number of the orders defensive forces at the top of the hill, and they are pushing large stones downhill. In fact, there's 3 boulders heading right towards you as you are running up the hill. They are 10 foot in diameter, and you are going to have to give me some dexterity saving throws, my friend.
Oh, shit.
So these boulders are coming down towards us, are they?
Yep.
Does anyone have any?
Well, the entire force of which you are a part of.
Oh, I have advantage on dexterity saving throws that I can see while not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated.
I think that qualifies. So that's a pass.
15.
Pass.
Can I? Oh.
Did I pass, Peter, or nah?
Yes.
Oh, goody.
Is mine a pass?
No.
No.
Oh.
Right, so I've got Dark One's Luck. So I can add a D10 to that.
Go on then. Don't roll a 1.
No.
Harry passes.
I'll roll it in here.
Oh.
No.
Squished. Holy shit. Okay, let me see.
Wait. I'm gonna give him a
Fucking paladins.
bardic.
I mean, bards.
Inspiration. So I have a 1d8. I have a 1d8 to add.
What will another one get me?
It'll be a pass.
Will it?
Yeah. So whatever you roll, it's a pass.
Yeah.
Nice one. So just as this boulder's about to hit you, you kind of shield your head, and just step to one side as the bard is singing away, and
I'm just strumming panically, like sweat coming down my face.
bring, and you just like dodge it like it's not there. In fact, all of you have dodged it as it crashes into some of the forces behind you, and as you look up the hill, some of Strahd's forces have already advanced up the hill, and a lot of them are at the top. And as you As you reach the top of the hill, you see a very powerful-looking general, clad in gleaming blue and silver armor with a white cloak, and you see Commander Alexandra standing next to him, and they are in battle. And just as you get close to them, she plunges her sword into his neck and just pulls it out, and there's blood everywhere.
Do we save him?
She's on your side, as far
Oh,
as you know.
all right.
I think we should save him.
Wait, what color armor is he wearing?
He's blue and silver, and
Oh, yeah, no,
he's wielding a silver short sword with the hilt sculpted to resemble a silver dragon. To resemble silver dragon wings, and a pommel shaped like a silver dragon's head, clutching a black opal between its teeth. And the three guards that were obviously they're still holding them. They were the ones that were leveraging the boulders down the hill. They're just lying dead.
Oh yeah, we're not saving him. He's the enemy.
Can I go and take his sword?
Yeah.
Sweet.
As you approach and reach for the sword, Alexandra puts her foot on the sword,
Oh.
and she said, "That was my brother's." And she looks at you with burning eyes. What do you do?
I say, how can I get this off her? I say that I was her brother's best friend, and I gave it to him first.
Give me a deception check. What the fuck? She's gonna do an insight. Shit, 26. She eases her foot off. She's not quite sure, and she just turns and walks away.
Yeah.
You know, all saved.
I love bards.
Okay. So, this sword that you've got, a river of blood is flowing down this sword, and it was lying idly in the mud, and a divine cacophony of thunderous booms beat on your eardrums, followed by a cold shiver that runs the length of your spine. The cold seems to emanate from the mansion high up on the hill, and a blood-curdling roar, which a few of you might already be acquainted with from previous campaigns, rips through the air, silencing the battlefield, and your attention is drawn southward. The sun above reflects harshly off a pair of glinting silver scales and claws that crest the turrets of the castle. And you gaze in full view of Argynvost, the silver dragon.
Run.
Run.
I'm running.
As you begin to run, the mist descends again.
Oh, no. I was just about to say, did we not have like a lunch invitation?
I believe it was dinner. Let's go.
We're all just we've taken Mike's heroin. We're all just like outside a church somewhere, just like involved on some dragon trip.
Behind a wooden skip.
Come on, guys! It's time to go for dinner.
As the war years and the killing years wore down my soul, as the wind wears stone into sand. Dylan, Omadon, you can now cast Unseen Servant as a ritual spell once per dusk.
How long have you been reading this book for?
You're not quite sure how long it's been. It feels like it's been moments. Other times it feels like it's been years.
Should we take account of what time it is during the day? We're going to do another chapter or not? Is that...
Say we shut the book because we don't know how long we've been in this book.
So is that chapter 2? There was the other one, the pre...
Are you going to try and leave?
Are we still in this chapter? Is it just descended?
You're in the book.
We're still in the book.
Oh,
Wait,
So
the
we
mist
can't-
has just appeared. We're not out of it.
so we can't just leave.
We haven't tried yet, so
Are we not just rolling with it?
You're currently
Yeah.
standing. You're currently standing in mist.
Oh, I thought it was going to be exiting the chapter sort of thing again. Sorry, go on.
Okay. So you decide to stay.
Yeah, we'll just see mist.
Good.
So we can leave if we want.
We're not going to miss. We're not going to miss tea, are we?
Have you seen The Matrix? Wake up, Neo. The Matrix has you.
Do we have to take the red pill?
Too late now.
Oh no.
You've already gone down his throat. My army settled in the valley, renamed for my father, as we took power over the people in the name of a just God, but with none of a God's grace or justice. And the Order of the Silver Dragon has been crushed.
Yeah. What happened to the dragon?
Who knows? The bountiful countryside was claimed in the name of the late great King Barov. Too many years of Strahd's lifetime were spent campaigning across the country, with a sword in his hand and an army at his back. These long years isolated him from his family, and in his time away, he lost both his father and his dear mother.
What about his brother?
You stand beyond the front gates of a curtain wall so colossal that the largest of giant kind could pass through with ease. The wall is nearly 50 feet in height, interrupted by squared-off turrets that rise even higher. The wall is further dwarfed by the rounded towers of the keep overhead, the tallest soaring easily 3 times the height of the gates. Weighted hooves clop through the dirt and across the wood and stone behind you, the most distant of which still trod across a seemingly infinite bridge.
What does the bridge look like?
It's very, very long.
Start walking across.
You've seen this building before. This is Castle Ravenloft.
Oh. Are we on top of it?
You are on the bridge leading up to the front gate.
All right.
Let's
Yeah.
go in.
Yeah.
As you stand there wondering, the clopping gets closer and closer, and you see four people on horseback.
Four horsemen of death.
You already know Rahadin, and you already know Alexandra Gwilym, and you are somehow, you don't know how, but you are aware of the names of the other two. It's Leo Delisnia and Gabriel Androl.
Hang on now.
Leo Delisbria.
Leo Delisnia.
Delisnia.
Let me paste it into the chat. Harder to say than it is to type. And up ahead, the
Wait,
clopping
what?
the clopping that's leaving you is Lord Strahd, who has gone ahead through the castle doors with a few men.
Should we follow him?
Yeah.
Okay, so you all start walking in, and the advisors are kind of following like a loose formation.
What was the last guy called?
So
Gabriel Androl,
Yeah, Gabriel.
you might recognize the name.
Andrew. Alexander. What was Alexandra's last name?
Gwilym. I'll paste it. sure it's in Welsh it's Chwilym or something like that.
Oh, it's close.
You heading for the castle?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Okie dokie. Bear with.
Are the other two just human? They're just normal human people.
There's Rahadin, who is an elf, and the others are humans.
Okay. Not seen many elves.
Oh, do I have a picture of Ravenloft?
Yeah, we've seen the outside one, the stormy one, I think. Did we?
Well, there was your mate at the Blue Water Inn, wasn't it, that you were chatting up?
What?
Yeah, do you not remember that? I can't remember. He was he was Elven, wasn't he? And he was he looked like a scholar or something. And you were like,
Oh yeah.
you were making friends with him.
Oh yeah, I think he was a bard as well. Or something, didn't he?
Yeah,
He gave me a flute or something.
yeah. Was it a
Pick some.
piccolo?
Yeah.
Is that that's a flute or something?
Yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah. This was Raven.
That's Castle Ravenloft, but that's present day Ravenloft. When you are there in the book, the sun is still shining. It's actually quite a nice day.
I put it in TeamSpeak, in Discord.
Alright.
That's the
It's
one.
actually quite a nice castle.
Isn't it?
So you walk towards the gates. I was going to do something then, 1 sec. Yeah, and you enter the courtyard with the advisors, who are just walking in silently on their horses. And yeah, you are in the front courtyard of Castle Ravenloft. You see torch flames fluttering on each side of the keep's main open main doors, and warm light spills out of the entrance, flooding the courtyard. And high above the entrance is a round window with shards of broken glass lodged in its iron frame. Oh, no, that's modern day. Sorry, that's modern day Ravenloft. Ignore that last bit.
What about that again?
Nothing. Nothing. There's lots of warm light everywhere. The walls that enclose the courtyard are 90 feet high, and the towers above rise even higher.
My book, can I start making a bit of a map of this place?
What do you mean?
As in, as we're walking around, I'm just going to take notes and
Okay.
as to where different turrets in the door and different buildings
Okay.
keeps within the walls.
As you take your parchment out and you start sketching, Rahadin practically windmills into you, and he says, "What are you doing? Who are you? Who are you working for?"
I'm Omadon, I'm with the Ravenloft.
He snatches the parchment out of your hands and looks at it. He says, "What is the meaning of this? Are you a spy?"
I'm an artist.
Roll deception.
Oh shit!
Deception, I am an artist. Who rolled that?
I did.
Oh,
You need to beat 17. In fact, it's probably more than 17 because this is Rahadin.
deception. I've lost my thing now as well.
Oh,
I can't lie for you.
I've got a +3, but my rolls have been less than 50% of max all night. Let's see.
Nat 20.
Nice.
19.
He clenches the paper and he throws it to the ground and walks away.
So that could have been worse.
And he says, he stops, and through gritted teeth he says, "Don't do that again," and walks away.
I love that. I'm gonna walking around and just start sketching.
This brand new gleaming castle.
That's funny. I guess we just carry on
Rahadin walks over to Alec and he's pointing at you and speaking furiously, and she's actually nodding, which doesn't bode well for you, Almadon. And this conversation ends, and it ends with them both looking at you really, really fucking suspiciously.
I'll dispose of a piece of parchment paper over to me, actually.
Oh, dude. Can't breathe.
What do you do?
Apologise. Sorry, I was just admiring the place. I won't do it again.
They're kind of out of earshot now, so you're just talking to yourself, really.
All right.
And everybody just stands around awkwardly.
I'm just like kicking the ground and looking down.
As you kick the ground, you kick a stone, and it smashes through a window. You're wearing so much shit, Dylan.
So funny.
No. It luckily the window was open. It just flies through, and it kind of clings off something metallic inside.
It's like an old lady in there.
Oh dear.
That was my grandma.
I'm quickly following after them, leaving that whole mess behind me.
Sounds
Okay.
good. I'll join
So
you.
what are you doing?
I'm gonna follow the commanders.
Okay. They both stop and turn and say, "What do you want?"
Sir, I've been sent with a special message.
What's your message? Come on.
Lord
Get it
Strad
out.
requests your presence in the chamber.
Roll deception.
Shit.
And they're both gonna roll.
Oh, please. Oh,
Yeah, your lie completely works on Captain Gwilym, but Rahadin says, "Who are you people? What are you doing here?"
we're just fans of you, sir. We've heard about your campaign and how well you fought. We just wanted to catch a glimpse.
Kind of, he looks at you sideways, and it's like, when you were at the Battle of Argynvost.
Yes, sir. We protected Lord Stroud from infantrymen and a paladin.
Okay. He says, "Listen, cut the shit, behave yourselves, and you might just survive the day." And they walk away, and that felt like your final warning.
Shit.
Not my lies, guys. Well, me and Shards.
So you're in the courtyard.
Don't know.
As you stand around, kind of scratching your asses, not knowing what to do, like in this awkward silence, of the place is interrupted by the cold ring of a blade being unsheathed. And Strad clutches tightly to a red, black, and gold dagger. Its finely crafted hilt leads to a sinister curved blade. And he's walked out into the courtyard, and he kneels and wrenches his left hand into the soil of the ground, and returning to his feet with dirt crumbling between his knuckles. And he points the tip of the dagger briefly to the north, east, south, and west, almost like a priest blessing congregant with holy water before stabbing it slightly into his mud-soaked palm. A mixture of dirt and blood drip as he squeezes. "I am Strad. I am the land. I am Strad. I am the land. I am Strad. I am the land." And after he repeats this mantra three more times, once in each cardinal direction before facing upward and speaking, "Draw near and witness. I Strad am the land. and blood and magic meet the soil, and the sky is swallowed, and the courtyard vanishes,
Whoa.
and we're back in the mist.
Nice. And we're back in the mist.
I like it in the mist.
Scene.
You read, "All goodness slipped from my life. I found my youth and strength gone, and all I had left was death." And you emerge from the void and find yourself in Strahd's personal study. And what feeble light burns in the deeming fireplace is enough to fill the room with rolling waves of red and amber light, illuminating rows and rows of ancient books. Their leather covers well oiled and preserved through careful use. Large gaps span segments of the shelves, likely left to fill in more knowledge. The stone floor is concealed beneath a thick, luxurious rug. In the center of the room is a large, low table, waxed and polished to a mirrored finish. Even the poker on in its stand next to the blazing fireplace is polished. A sturdy, carved desk houses several scrolls of parchment, open books, and candles burnt nearly to the wick. In one of the chairs, crafted of burgundy-colored wood with padded leather seats that face the hearth, is Lord Strahd von Zarovich. His head rests in his left hand. A letter is gripped tightly in his other. What do you do?
Just say, Lord Strahd, what seems to be the problem?
He leans back and drops the letter on the ground. And as you pick the letter up to see what's happened, you read that his mother, Queen Ravenovia, has passed. She was never even able to see her namesake, which is the castle. And you hear footsteps recede, and you look behind you, and you see Gabriel Andrel leaving the room, who's obviously just delivered the letter.
Just say, like, sorry for your loss. And
He says, yes, yes, praise the morning lord. Whatever.
I guess plans for a funeral are in order.
He says, Gabriel will deal with all that. I suggest you go help him if that's what you plan to do. Give me an insight check, Tarek.
Insight? Oh god, +1.
Yeah, you can tell there was tension, very, very clear tension between Androl and Strahd.
Okay, I just ask him, is there an issue between you and Gabriel?
He sits up in his chair and looks at you, and his eyes are fixed on you, but it's as if he can't quite see you. And he says, I know you. Do I know you? And he kind of falls deep in thought.
Well, I'll just say, we've been there. We were there during the war.
As you're talking, he stands up and walks over to the bookcase and does something you can't quite see. It's out of sight. And part of the bookcase parts and opens, and he walks through it, and the bookcase shuts again.
Oh, alright. I guess have a look on the bookcase.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
You're going to look at the bookcase, are you?
Well, he's disappeared through the bookcase, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess. Yeah.
must be like some secret switch or something.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm scared now.
Offer it.
Maybe we just leave it and we know that he's got a secret room in case we get to the castle. In
Okay,
real
I'll
life.
tell you what's in this room. A blazing hearth, fire fills the room with rolling waves of red and amber light. The walls are lined with ancient books and tomes, and the stone floor is concealed beneath a thick, luxurious rug. And in the center of the room is a large, low table, waxed and polished. Oh, we've done this already. The merge finish. Large overstuffed divans and couches are arranged about the room, and then 2 chairs. We've done the 2 chairs, and a huge painting hangs over the mantelpiece in a heavy gilded frame.
What's the
And
painting of?
The
Sorry.
rolling firelight illuminates the carefully rendered portrait. It's an exact likeness of Irina.
Painting is.
I'll be right back. 1 second. Listening to them.
Yep.
How old is Strahd at this point?
You should have checked while he was still here.
Oh,
he-
but I'll be able to remember. I've just seen him.
Give me an insight check. Oh, sorry, give me a history check because it's history.
History.
What's your roll?
20.
He looks mid-30s.
Can I try and find which book he pulled, or what he did, or what sort of mechanism he did to get into his secret little room?
Yeah.
Do I need to roll for it, or?
Roll for perception.
19.
You search the books almost frantically, and you can't find the one that triggered the mechanism.
Ooh.
In fact, you're no longer even sure that it was the book that triggered it.
Interesting. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
What did I miss?
We tried to look for this bookcase switch. Couldn't find anything, and we think Strahd was like mid-30s at this time.
Dylan, Armadon's into books, isn't he?
Yeah. We're going to look through the books.
He's getting another book, isn't he?
You know, look through the books.
Yeah.
Just,
See if there's anything of interest.
Just looking at the covers, you reckon that these books are worth more money than you've ever seen in your entire life. Just roll me a d12. Oh, we're done. Am I done?
Yeah. 5.
Where's that?
It's
5.
me. What?
5. You find a book of heraldry that you recognise.
Heraldry.
It's one of your favourite books.
Oh, that one.
You read that one before?
Favourite.
You know that it's worth a fortune.
What's
Take
it
it.
about?
Take it.
I asked Tarek what, not Tarek. I asked Ramadan what it's about.
Heralds.
Is it?
And the I don't know. I've not read it in a long while, but I
Yeah.
know it was like my childhood favourite.
Is it?
Yeah, I need to read it again, really, because I forgot all about it. Can't believe I've just found it here.
Wow.
No
There
one's
you go.
looking at. Is there anyone looking at us?
There's nobody here.
Yeah, I'm going to take it and have a read later on.
Okay.
Are there
Alright.
any other books?
Can I
that-
quickly skim read it now? Will it take you an hour to read it? So
No, I'm not going to do a book within a book. That's just getting a bit into Inception.
Is
Yeah,
there
so,
any-
Does your time get slower in the next book?
I'm going to pocket it.
It's like Inception. You go deeper.
Come back a month later. Having read.
Oh shit! Oh, the portrait. Ah, god damn it!
Portraits Irina.
Portrait's not Irina.
Oh.
I did think that was a
portrait.
bit weird.
Portrait is King Barov and Queen Ravenovia. Ravenovia.
Oh, we're just going to
That's
investigate
his
that.
parents.
Peter, can I do an investigation check to see if there's anything else that looks like it's worth a lot of money in the room?
Yeah.
Alright, investigation.
What are you investigating?
Just to see if
specifically?
anything looks shiny and expensive.
You're going to rob Strahd in his room.
I'm not going to rob, I'm going to borrow.
Permanently.
Permanently, yes.
Okay. You see a lockbox
I'm gonna pick
on the tabletop.
I'm gonna pick the lockbox and I've got some thieves' tools.
Okay.
So
You pick the lockbox and you find 200 gold pieces in it.
oh, that's mine.
You also find. Where is it? Roll me 1d4.
I have to remember how to do this. 1d. How do I sorry, I need a bit of help. How do I roll 1d4 on roll 20?
On the left side,
Yeah.
you've got the little icon that pops up with all the Ds, D4, D6, D8.
Oh yeah.
Literally just click D4. There you go.
It's a 2.
So, you find 2, and this is going to get fun now. You have to roll me a D10, D100.
A D100.
Yeah, I've never seen this roll before. This is an exciting moment for me.
40.
40, and then roll me a D10.
I'm excited.
Is it a bag of dice?
That's a 43, isn't it? So you find 2, 43. You find a jar of pickled ghoul's tongues.
I'm taking it.
Okay. And roll me another D100 and D10 because you found 2 items.
Oh,
That's
and
8.
and 1d10.
85. You also find an inkwell. And as you look at the inkwell, you feel a bit nauseous when you stare at the inkwell.
I'm not going to touch the inkwell, but I'm going to turn to Omadong and go, hey, can you do a magic check or something on this inkwell?
One look at it. I presume that's Arcana. Is that what I have to do, Peter?
Say again.
To check out this inkwell for Falston.
Yeah.
What do I need to do?
Arcana check, yeah.
Yeah.
One.
$17.
It's an inkwell that makes you feel a bit nauseous when you look at it.
Falston, it's just an inkwell. It just makes you feel a bit sick when you're looking at it. Try not to look at it.
I'm not going to touch it or look at it, but I'm not going to take the whole 200 pieces. I'm going to take 199 pieces of it.
Okay.
Because I'm not a complete thief.
You're so kind.
99.5%.
As you count 196, 197, 198, 199, the mist descends.
Oh, I thought it was coming back.
Falston, you could have just taken one coin out.
Tits.
Taking it off.
So do I have the money or is it gone in the mist?
It's in your pocket.
Oh yes, 199. Thank you very much.
And somewhere in history is a really annoyed Strahd.
Looks in his box and goes, oh. And there's just one gold coin.
Not even enough to get the bus.
I mean the carriage.
You continue reading. Escape from the isolation of death was impossible. In my many years, I learned that the brightest days cast the darkest of shadows. I also miss my 199 gold coins. Dylan can now cast Gentle Repose as a ritual once per dusk.
I've just been reading some of these, and I'm presuming it resets at dusk, rather than I have to cast it directly at dusk.
You have to wait until dusk.
Do I?
You know? That's what it sounds like. You wait until dusk and you can cast it once. But it's a ritual, so it might take however long it takes.
Gentle what?
Gentle Repose. I believe that keeps dead bodies resurrectable for a while.
So does that mean that every dusk, Armadon's just going to be really overpowered because he's got all these big spells?
Just casting rituals like fuck.
At dusk. I'm like running around. Oh, we've got this to do. We need to run there, cast that. Run there, cast that. Oh, dusk is over.
Oh,
Are you sure? Because that first one,
back to the Eldritch.
the unseen servant, for instance,
Mm.
it lasts an hour, so that's like I can summon an unseen servant for 1 hour at dusk.
Yeah.
And then the illusory script, write on a parchment paper or some other suitable writing material, imbuing it with a potent illusion that lasts for the duration.
Okay.
I'll look into it.
Yeah. You read on. At my advisor's behest, I called for my remaining family, long unseated from their ancient thrones, and brought them here to settle in the castle I built for them. From this plea came a younger brother of mine, Sergei, nearly grown. I had never known him. And so yeah, with the von Zarovich line bequeathed to him, Strahd sent word to bring his family to their new seat of power. The man that responded to the summons is none other than Sergei von Zarovich. So, you're at a party.
Yes.
You stand on either side of a high-back wooden throne atop a marble dais. Strahd beside you, donning a scarlet-red tunic with glimmering gold clasps and a black cape flowing over his shoulders. Hall extends 30 feet ahead, and various guards and well-adorned nobility form an aisle. Sorry, let me try that again. Various guards and well-adorned nobility form an aisle, and the crowd is abuzz with hushed voices, and the attending crowd is illuminated by a towering stained glass window in the far corner depicting a cerulean and gold sunrise. What do you do?
Can I cast Divine Sense on mainly, well, within 60 feet if we're stood next to Lord
Yeah. What does that do?
Strahd? Just see if he's like still alive or not.
Okay. Do I need to do something?
No, just tell me whether he's alive or not, or whether he's a
Okay.
vampire.
You don't sense anything of the sort.
There's no strong evil or anything.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I-
So, sorry, go on.
Can I do a observation of the crowd, just see if there's anybody out of place or anything sort of suspicious going on?
Perception check. You see, you surmise that it's a number of different of assorted Barovian noble families, and obviously this ceremony is to greet Lord Strahd's family. Mike, would you say that since your encounter at the church with the consecration, does your character have any faith in the Morning Lord?
A little.
Okay. So from memory, when you were doing the consecration at the church in Vallaki, you recognize the symbol on the window, on the painted window. It's a symbol of the Morning Lord.
Ah. Right.
Yep. And with that realization, the murmurs of the hall are quieted by the groan of heavy wooden doors parting. A procession of marching footsteps and the fanfare of trumpets precede a beautiful man with wavy black hair, kind eyes, and a warming smile leading a group of a dozen people into the chamber.
Tarek arrives.
He,
No,
he-
I whispered to Tarek, calm down there, mate.
no, this next bit dispels that. He approaches boldly, confidently, draped in the familiar robes of the Morning Lord. A gilded radiant sword rests at his hip. The hilt of the weapon is so finely crafted that you would not be faulted for believing it was made of pure light. He drops to a knee before the throne.
Who is this man?
You, as you wonder that to yourself, you hear, "Welcome, Sergei von Zarovich, second son of King Barov and Queen Ravenovia. Awaken, son of the Morning Lord, to our castle Ravenloft. The keep's splendors and comforts are yours." Sergei rises to his feet, and Strad rises in turn and steps down the marble stairs, standing half a foot taller than his younger brother. He reaches to shake his guest's hand, but as their forearms meet, Sergei pulls his brother in for a big hug. Strad, looking a bit flustered, steps back and pronounces loud enough for the room to hear, "It is good to have you, brother. Come, let us celebrate." Anybody fancy doing an insight check?
Yeah.
I'll have a go.
And then
Somewhere. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Oh, 16.
you notice that Strad is visibly uncomfortable by that hug. Visibly uncomfortable. He's not impressed.
He doesn't like Sergei.
And as you realize that, the room erupts into applause, and the stained glass window shines like a rising sun. Powerful rays of light overtake the scene.
How much older is Strad to Sergei?
He's just a few months older than the last time you checked on his age.
Alright.
So powerful rays of light overtake the scene, and everything goes white. And you are back, and the festivities have shifted to an exhibition tournament that has been set up behind the castle in the chapel garden. You feel a gentle breeze brush your cheek. The earthy smell of fresh grass brings spring and summer. Who wrote this? The earthy smell of fresh grass brings spring and summer warmth to your soul. The embrace of a sun wraps around you, but the serene focus is broken by raucous cheering. 3 sets of tiered benches have been constructed around the ring of dirt, and 2 guests currently stand at its center in studded armor and with their weapons drawn. 40 feet ahead of you are 2 wrought iron gates that lead to an overlook. Even from this distance, you can see the snow caps of far-off mountain ranges to the east. As you see this, 2 young participants exit the ring, and Rahadin is noting the victor of that particular fight. He is currently presiding over the organization of the event, and he looks around, obviously seeing if anybody wants to participate in combat.
My hand
Yeah.
up. I'll have a go.
Okay. Who would you like to fight? Options: Strad von Zarovich, Sergei von Zarovich, Alexander Gwilym, Gabriel Androl, Leo Delisnia, Lady Ilona Dirovnia, or any of the random Barovian nobles that are hanging around in the audience.
I'm gonna leave over Karis. Go. Who do you want to fight?
Me?
Yeah.
I'll go for Lord Strahd.
I'll go for
Okay.
his. Yeah, I'll go for his brother.
Okay, who wants to go first?
You?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Did you say you're going for Sergei?
Yeah, I'm gonna fight Sergei.
Okay. You step into the Rahadin looks kind of unusual for him. Looks kind of impressed, and he's like, okay. And he announces you into the ring. You don't really have a name, and he says, "Fighting Sergei." And as he says the name, Strahd turns and looks, and he looks like not anxious, but he looks like he's looking forward to this.
Mm.
And Sergei flashes a smile at you, and bows with a smile, so he's very courteous.
I'm gonna bow back.
But, yeah, good. And he is holding a maul.
A what?
A maul.
What's a maul?
A maul is like a huge hammer.
Like a big mace thing.
Yeah. Can I pick what I'm gonna fight with before I go in?
Yeah.
Or is this? I'm gonna go for my great axe. So I've got my great axe equipped.
Let me clear. Remove all turns. Okay. I'm just going to pick the acolyte again and go initiative. Can you do initiative?
Yeah, of course. Click my token and then roll initiative.
Okay. So you go first.
Right, I'm going to attack with my great axe. So attack first time. So that is a 21 with 9 slashing damage.
Yeah. 9 slashing damage.
Yep.
Okay. So he is down to 112 hit points.
Oh my god.
He as you bring a great axe around on him, it obviously hurts him, but he takes it gracefully.
I'm gonna. Sorry, go on.
Sorry, no, yeah, carry on.
I'm going to attack again.
Okay.
So that's another with a great axe because it's the only thing I've got equipped. So that's a 19 with 12. So that's a hit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, bro. And then as my bonus action, I'm gonna go into a rage.
Okay.
And no, I can't do anything else.
What did I say? So he's down to 100 hit points.
Yeah.
Okay. As you kind of stand back to admire your handiwork, he lifts his maul in the air and says something with quite a surprisingly booming voice, and he casts Flame Strike on you. A vertical column of divine fire roars down from the heavens. And what are we doing here? What are we doing?
Me, hopefully.
You have to do a dex saving throw.
Dex saving throw. Right, I do get advantage on those.
Ooh, okay.
But I won't need it because that's a 20.
Yeah, this holy fire rains down on you and bathes you, and as it dissipates, you are completely unharmed. And there's like a silent, well, a quiet roar of surprise in the crowd. And he says, impressive. And as he says that, it brings them all down on you. Just the first. That's a 19.
Oh, yeah, is that an AC? Yeah, that hits.
That's a hit. So it's 2d6 plus 3. 2d6 does 9 points of damage to you.
Just a question, because I got hurt in the battle when we were protecting Stroud, does that damage carry forward or am I
No.
at full health again?
No, you're at full health.
Okay, so that's I'm now down to, oh god, 68. Okay.
Hi,
yep.
Todd Zuckerman here, and I'll.
So is it my turn now?
Your turn.
I'm gonna attack again. So I'll attack again with the Great Axe. So that's a
Okay.
say 23,
That's a hit.
11,
So he's down to 89 hit points.
89, and then I'm gonna. Oh, but because of my rage, sorry, I just have to check this. Features and traits. I get 2 plus melee damage, so that is now 13.
Okay. So he's on 87 hit
And
points.
And then I'm gonna attack again.
Okay. With your whirling blades of doom.
Oh, that's an. You're right there, Tarek.
All right, Tarek.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Did you fall asleep on your keyboard?
I was on a seizure.
I just had a slight stroke.
Okay. So what's that? 4 damage.
Yeah, that's 4 damage, but it's
Right.
a 8 to hit. But I don't think that.
That was a hit. That was a miss.
Okay.
Okay. He's so much to choose from. He casts Stone Skin on himself. So as he stands there, the Sergei, he seems to like a wave of stone washes over him, and then he brings down his maul on you.
All right. So is that another dexterity saving, or is that an AC?
Nope. He's gonna do that, and as a reaction, does that hit?
What's the
Sorry,
what's the-
14. 14.
It's equal with my armor class. So
Oh,
does that?
That's a hit.
That's a hit. Okay.
That's a hit. And he does a 2d6 plus 3, and he's going to use a guided strike reaction and add 10 to it.
Oh, killing me here.
2d6. So that's a 17 points of damage.
17. Oof.
Loads.
How much health are you on?
I have 51 hit points left.
Out of how many?
77.
Okay.
Oh my
I-
god, you're an absolute beast.
I'm a tough little cookie.
Alright. Okay.
Back to death.
No,
Go on.
I'm not that barbaric. Right, I'm gonna attack again with my Great Axe.
It was a crit.
That's a 23.
Is that a crit? No.
No, sorry, it's not.
Right,
17. Yeah,
5
17
slashing
plus.
damage. Okay, and then gives
And
you
then-
second attack.
Oh, sorry, that'd be 7 because adding a 2 on from the
Oh, yeah.
rage.
I've lost track of his health. Did I say 83?
80?
Yeah, no, he was down to 87, and now he's
Right.
down to.
So he's now at 80.
Yeah, 80.
Yeah.
Also, I've just realised with well, in a frenzy you can make. Okay. I haven't got. I've entered rage, but my question is, do I have frenzy, or do I have to activate frenzy before I do anything like that?
I don't know. Dylan might know.
Dylan?
Frenzy.
Yeah.
So once you
Does it
enter
say-
frenzy, you've got to
Not a
wait
bonus
till-
action or something.
Yeah, it's a while in a frenzy, you can make a single melee weapon attack as a bonus action on each of your turns after this one. So
Okay.
Yeah,
I-
after this one.
after this, so can I use it after I've done my second attack?
Yeah, fine.
Okay.
So
right.
you fly into an absolute frenzy over how little damage you do into this priest. And is it his turn?
No, I've still got another attack.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll that. Oh, it's a crit.
Look at that. Go on.
Right, once it pops up on Oh, why did it do that? Yeah. So. Oh.
doing?
So I've done
Savage
a.
attack.
Yeah. I am an angry cookie.
So you've done 17 damage plus the maximum damage of that weapon is what is it?
Maximum damage of this greatsword is 1d12 plus 3, so that's 15 plus 17, which is
32.
32. Right, so he's down to something. So
Hang on,
you
I've got a calculator here.
don't worry about it. You flash with rage and just absolutely smash the granny out of this priest. It kind of knocks him backwards a bit. And one of his entourage steps up and he says, "Well done to the challenger. I'm sure that that this has given Sergei quite a lot to think about." And Sergei kind of looks disappointed, as does Strad, but probably for different reasons. And the show is over for you.
Oh, I'm going to bow to Sergei and thank him for a good match.
He casts not banishment. He casts.
He banishes you.
Like, what?
He casts a prayer of healing on you, and heals you back up to maximum.
Oh, that's nice of him.
And kind of puts his hands together and bows to you, and limps away. And before anything else can happen, Lord Strad just walks in, and he's looking quite, revved up for a fight. And it's Keris.
I felt a bit like I might have been a bit overcocky.
Just taking on the Dark Lord himself, Kerry should be fine.
Oh dear.
I'm cheering for you from the crowd.
So
going,
he's
"Yay!"
Strad is pacing. He's ready to fight.
Yeah, he seems pretty pissed off.
So he is. If you do your initiative, I'll do mine. Do this acolyte
Yes.
guy again.
Right.
Where is he?
I didn't click my person.
No initiative here. Oh, Dex +3. So we'll do that. And then we'll add. He's not really paying
wait.
attention to you. What are you on?
8. Ooh.
Oh, you're not in the initiative tracker. Never mind.
No, I forgot
You
to
go
click
first.
it.
It doesn't matter. You go first anyway. There's only 2 of you.
Okay. I'm gonna attack him with a sword, but I'm just looking on here and I've got a special divine smite, so I can cast that before I hit him.
Okay.
Which I'm probably gonna
I
need
think
to do
you can cast it after you hit him.
after.
Yeah, and it's actually is quite an overpowered thing. The divine smite. Let me check.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it activates on something.
When you hit a creature, yeah. Okay, so if I hit it, right, I'll go to attack then with my longsword.
How much?
12.
That's a myth.
Yeah.
Doesn't divine smite give you something? What does it give you? Creature with a
it
melee
do-
weapon, expend 1 spell slot, extra damage. All right, it's extra damage. Yeah. So the
Yeah.
good thing is that you only need to cast it after you've done your attack roll. So if you don't,
I don't hit. I don't
if
need
you
to
don't
waste
hit,
the spell slot.
you don't waste your spell slot.
All right. Can I cast Lucky then and re-roll, please?
Yeah.
Action attack.
That's a hit.
Hit, and then I'm gonna cast Divine
Just.
Smite, I think.
So you roll your damages and then you add your divine smite to it.
All right. Okay. Click to roll damages.
Okay, so you're doing. I'm guessing are you one-handed, two-handed?
Don't know whether to have my shield or not. I'll probably have my shield with me.
Okay, so one-handed. You do 8 damage plus.
Plus the Divine Smite. Sorry, bear with me. – 8 + 8 = 12. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 8 = 24. 8 + 2d8s. $11.
Is that radiant damage?
Yeah, radiant damage.
As you do this, you kind of hit him, and then you cast your divine smite. So you call upon your god,
The ancients.
the ancient, to guide you, and he yelps. Not because of your sword attack, but because of your divine smite. He yelps and looks like he's just burnt himself on a hot stove. And looks at you with dagger eyes and storms off. And Rahadin kind of looks momentarily flustered and is like, let's hear it for Lord Strahd, and everybody cheers, but like half-assed cheer. And he's left.
Oh,
Bit of a
Yeah.
sore loser
that was a
there.
bit poo then, wasn't it? I thought, oh, I'm happy.
I
Okay,
mean,
I'll just walk back to everybody else then. Not really understanding what's gone on, I suppose.
Okay. So you've all taken your turns in the demonstration, and as you go and sit down, Keris, Sergei rises from his seat and says, "I challenge Strahd," and the roar from the crowd overtakes the scene, and you are all kind of. You disappear from where you were standing, and you are all sitting in seats around the pit. And Sergei is kind of standing around waiting, and nothing happens for a moment, and there's like an awkward silence. And then Strahd storms back onto the scene, and they fly straight into a duel. And Sergei's sword flies down, and it nearly chops Strahd in half from the crown. But the Lord raises his sword in time to leave an inch's gap between the steel and his skull. And Sergei dips back and narrowly evading his brother's red, black, and gold parrying dagger. He props up, tossing his own parrying dagger into reverse grip and tilting his short sword, not like a noble in a duel, but more like a teenager in a street brawl. Strahd's eyes survey Sergei's sloppy stance, and in a flurry of black cloth, he dives to an opening on his left before feigning right with a ritual dagger. The young von Zarovich stumbles but manages to catch his brother's arm, batting the dagger away just as the point scratches his armor. Back on his feet, Sergei brings his blade around in a broad sweep across his body and spins frantically towards his target. Strahd parries the obvious attack with ease, but the dervish twirls mask the dagger that nearly finds the elder's throat. Strahd moves into the whirling blades like a dancer twirling in tandem with a partner, pulling his neck back enough to avoid the fine steel edge and forcing his brother to overstep. He stands swiftly upright, his blade held straight, the point pressed gently to the base of Sergei's skull. They lower their weapons and bow. The crowd erupts. They look out over the people. Sergei waves enthusiastically, an enormous smile is plastered on his exuberant face, and hardly a drop of sweat breaks on his forehead. Strahd, on the other hand, is drenched in sweat and blots his face with a black handkerchief and waves out of obligation. His penetrating eyes snap briefly in his brother's direction, cutting more harshly than his long sword ever could. Scene. He was handsome and youthful. I hated him for both. Dylan, you may now cast mage armor as a ritual, once per dusk.
Jesus, Dylan, you're going to be a busy man around dusk. What's Dylan doing? Casting all the fucking rituals.
I've looked up at a gentle repose though. We can all basically live forever now and never get old.
Nice.
Oh,
Only after
sweet.
you've died, though.
Oh.
After we're dead. It's just like more like face cream.
It's great.
So like it lasts 10 days. This is not this one. So I can cast it at dusk, obviously once, so I'll have to take turns. But for the duration of 10 days, the target is protected from decay and can't become undead. So also we can't become undead, well, after 5 days, obviously.
This is the kind of spell that you would cast on someone that has just died.
Is it?
Usually in battle, yeah.
It looks like more of a protection buff.
For a dead person.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's good because if like the cleric can't get or someone can't get to someone to heal them for 10 days, they won't turn undead, and you've basically protected from death.
So in this,
Oh,
if
yeah,
you get
dusk.
you're undead. Oh yeah, you did say that, didn't you? Like,
The way it works for 10 days, it keeps your body as if you've just died. Whereas normally, if you fall in battle and your friends just leave you, you die and you're dead.
So you could heal someone potentially to.
As long as it can survive until dusk.
If, for example, the cleric goes down and you cast this on the cleric, then you've got a higher chance of him surviving. Until someone can get to him with some life juice. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then all my disparaging thoughts fell away like dead leaves. She was, without doubt, the most beautiful person I'd ever seen. And you are at another party, a more intimate party.
Whoa.
You're in a dining hall, and 3 enormous crystal chandeliers brilliantly illuminate a magnificent feast hall. Pillars of stone stand against dull white marble walls supporting the ceiling. At the center of the far west wall, between floor-to-ceiling mirrors, brass pipes climb the stone like grapevines. They extend upward from the wooden base of an expansive pipe organ. The grand fireplace set into the southern wall blankets the room in a homey warmth. You are seated in the center of the room at a chestnut refectory table draped with a white satin tablecloth. The table is laden with an assortment of delectable foods, roasted beast, basted in a savory sauce, roots and herbs from distant lands, and sweet fruits and fresh vegetables of all sizes and colors. You've missed this stuff. Places are set for each of you and 6 other guests with delicate porcelain and silver. At each table is a crystal goblet filled with an amber liquid emanating a delicate, tantalizing fragrance. And you're at a dinner party.
Can I play the organ?
Sure.
Sweet.
Give us that famous performance check.
Here we go. Yeah.
Shit. You blast that pipe organ. You blast it. Let's start this music again.
Yeah.
You old John that shit.
Oh wow, here we go. I only know this is yeah. This is Wonderwall, but
Wonderwall. Yeah, so you're all sat there looking at each other like, fucking hell, what? Where'd that come from? Can't even play a piccolo usually. You found your calling, you're gonna have to haul this around with you.
Wait a minute, stop the fight. I need to set my organ up.
Okay. At the table, apart from Tarek, you see Strahd, obviously. You see Patrina, someone called Patrina. You see Sergei. You see Ilona. You see Rahadin. And you see who you know from the book to be called Tatiana. And you are all instantly struck by the fact that she looks precisely like Irina. This one is correct this time.
Ah, I see.
So this is. Okay.
What's she called again? Sorry.
Tatiana, with a Y.
And who she
So-
sat with? Sorry, who was she with?
Everybody sat together.
Oh, they were-
She's kind of sat a couple of chairs down from Strahd. So Strahd is, his eyes are fixed on Tatiana. Fixed.
Oh, he fancies her.
However, Tatiana is sat next to Sergei, and they're kind of chatting to each other in a jovial manner.
Oh damn.
What do you do? Well, you're not doing anything because you sat across the room.
I'm just playing.
You're just jamming those pipes.
Yeah.
Anyone? As you kind of sat around awkwardly, Strahd is asking all kinds of questions of Tatiana. He's just trying to find out as much as he possibly can about her. He's obviously just met her.
I was going to ask, yeah. So this is the first time he's met Tatiana as well.
We'll listen to the conversation.
Yeah. So Strahd says, Tatiana, has Sergei told you that he's a member of the church and he's had to take a vow of non-marriage? And she kind of she nods a bit because she can tell from Sergei's clothing, and she looks kind of embarrassed by that question. And Patrina, who's sat right next to Strahd, clearly is meant to be his date. She's laughing like this maniacal cackle at this non-joke that Strahd just made, and Strahd completely ignores her.
Pull the flirty eyes at what's she called, Patriana.
Patrina.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so the half orc bats her eyelids at Patrina. Let's have.
It's got to be a charisma thing.
Yeah, let's give us a charisma check.
So. Charisma. Oh, God, I haven't done one of these before.
You literally just click the
Oh, yeah.
plus bit. What have we got?
17.
17.
Nice.
She blushes. She blushes like hell. Like you can feel heat coming from her cheeks.
Mhm.
We're gonna play footsies under the table.
And as that happens, Rahadin pipes up and says, "Patrina, what's got you all flustered?" Hmm? And she becomes even more embarrassed. And as all this is going on, Sergei, at the same time, is kind of laughing at Strahd's joke, well, non-joke, about him being a member of the church. Anything else going on?
I'm going to ask Tatiana if she's got any siblings. Tatiana, do you have any siblings, or do you go by another name?
She looks at you. She's kind of startled at first by your horns, but she says, "No, not as far as I know, sir."
Just look familiar.
And as you're talking to her, you become aware that Patrina is incensed that you're even talking to her and making conversation. At the same time, Ilona, she's kind of sitting back and she's got an enormous grin on her face, and she's just loving the chaos at this table.
Christmas.
And as she does that, she leans over to Marlowe. Marlowe.
Marlowe Wynn, yes.
She leans over and says, "Sir, what is your name?"
My name's Wynne. Marlowe Wynne.
That's an interesting name. I noticed that you have. Are you a religious man? I can see from your regalia that you aspire to a god that I'm not aware of.
My lady, there are many people that are not aware of my god. My deity is somewhat foreign to this land, would you say?
Please tell me more about them.
The Lord Cord, a vengeful god, manifests mostly in thunder and lightning, wants people to stand up for themselves and fight hard.
That is fascinating. What is the name of your god?
Cord.
Cord.
Cord with a K.
She whips out a piece of paper and writes it down. Just writes the name Cord down. Sticks it in her
I
pocket.
must say though, I've seen the Lord in the Morning here. Seems to sway a lot of power. It's very impressive.
Yes. He's not a god that I've ever come across myself before. He's very intriguing. I'd like to find out more about as much religious iconography as I can.
Well, his followers seem quite entrenched in this land. I'll be honest, I've not heard much of the Lord of the Morning, but in this particular land, it seems to hold sway over a vast percentage of the population. And from what I've seen, I have to say, it's quite. I wouldn't say powerful, but certainly holds a lot of sway over the locals, shall we say.
Sir, you have made the exact same observations that I have.
Yes, it's uncanny. Have you not had much religious experience?
Oh, plenty, but none of this land. I'm new here.
Oh, where are you from? May I please tell?
I am from very far away. I'm a cousin of Strahd.
Oh, by myself, I'm quite a stranger myself. I find myself wandering these lands on an adventure, as you might say. Not adventuring, of course. Just I found myself upon these lands, and I'm really quite taken by the beauty.
Yes,
how are you finding it?
I find it breathtaking.
Oh, so are you from far away or nearby?
Oh, that was so... she says, I hail from the plains of Daggerford.
Well, I'll be honest, I've not heard of those, but it does sound quite distinctly different from Barovia.
Really? You've never heard of Daggerford? And she looks at you kind of sideways, like, is this guy for real?
No, honestly, I'm quite.
It's but a stone's throw from Neverwinter. Surely.
Well,
Yes.
I've heard of Waterdeep and Baldur's Gate as such, and.
Oh, hovels.
Well, if you don't mind, I'm quite interested to search your lands myself. I find that life is very, very dull when one stands still, so I'm always on the move, trying to find new places to look for and search. And it's quite strange that I find myself in this rather bizarre place. But clearly, you find yourself here. How did you come to this realm, shall we say?
Well, we were invited to live here by Lord Strahd.
Really?
Being a member of his family, yes. Our family tree has kind of withered crossing Daggerford, and yes, I'm afraid we're kind of in danger.
Oh, well, danger of being bred
Oh.
out or just being
Our-
wiped out?
Our family name does not hold the sway that it once did, and this is the new seat of power of the von Zaroviches, and I myself, being a member of the von Zarovich family have been summoned to live here, and I guess this is where I live now.
Of course, it makes sense, perfect sense. I understand, but
As you say this, Sergei stands up and he says, "Dear brother, we must excuse ourselves. Tatiana I must return Tatiana to her village down the hill." And Strad insists. He insists, and he says, "No, no, no, please, brother, you go on down the hill, and Tatiana is more than welcome to stay here. I'll have a room drawn up for her immediately." And he glances at Rahadin, who gets up and leaves the table. And Tatiana's she doesn't know what to do with herself. And Sergei looks at her and he says, "Well, what do you wish, my lady?" And Patrina pipes up and she says, "Oh, just go." And on hearing this, as Rahadin returns to the table, he says, "No, no, 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 please, Tatiana, I've already had a room drawn up for you. It is ready for you." And she kind of relents and accepts the offer. And Sergei is like, "Okay, I guess I'm leaving alone then." And as he leaves the room, she's staring longingly at Sergei. And on seeing this, Strad's face just falls somber. And mist.
and scene.
It was as if the sun that had favored me had been all along hidden by a cloud. Its brilliant glory now shone in full upon him and him alone. Scene. How's it going? Is everybody okay with this?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, okay. I know I'm doing all the talking, and we're halfway through the book.
Wow.
Or should I say a third? Do you want to carry on, or do you want to...
I'm going to carry on, but it depends. Like, I don't know if there's a convenient time to cut it.
Yeah.
We'll do one more chapter.
Okay.
So you continue reading. And as time passes, Strahd does everything in his power as Lord of Barovia and ruler of Castle Ravenloft to impress Tatiana. When those gestures of affection fail time and time again, he falls back to his growing magical abilities. In his research, he has learned that love is an elusive energy and long-term effects on emotions are nearly impossible to maintain. But that does not prevent him from trying. As Strahd's voice echoes and dinner closes, you are whisked away. You're whisked away to the castle courtyard where Strahd walks alongside Tatiana in the soft dusk light. He asks her how she... Let me turn this music down because I can't hear myself thinking. Tarek, shut up! Thank you.
Shut up!
He asks her how she finds her new quarters and of her satisfaction with the amenities of castle life. Everything is wonderful, old one. Strahd's eyes momentarily grow wide as if a knife has suddenly pierced his chest. The sound of a gentle harp strums over the quiet courtyard and the mists blind you. Oh, that's the scene, sorry. Tatiana giggles behind you, but you are no longer behind the castle. She sits on a stool in a grandiose panelled music room. Her hair has grown several inches and her homely vestments have been replaced by a simple but beautiful summer dress. A stunning harp music drifts through the air, and you see Strahd plucking at the instrument strings entirely at peace, and enraptured by Tatiana's joy. Almost frozen in time, the two begin to sing, until the door clicks and Sergei enters. She stands, bows to him, and he hurries towards her, hugging her so tightly that she rises from the ground, and he spins her around and around the fading room. Anyone want to give me an insight check?
Oh, there we go. 16?
Yeah. Your insight check, it reveals that she is confused as he lifts her up. Not to a point of dislike, but she feels uneasy. You notice, because you did a 16, which is very good, you recognize a sense of guilt on her face as her eyes flicker in Strahd's direction. Tatiana continues to spin, and her already stunning dress morphs into a blossoming red gown with a large petticoat. She now dances in a ballroom, the same hall where you sat for dinner, now cleared for a crowd. She whirls to the tune of the now lively pipe organ in the small band. Harrick's not in it, I'm afraid. Her outstretched hand clasps Sergei's as he forms from the mist, and they are entwined, twirling and floating through a crowd of nobility, all doing the same. All but Lord Strahd von Zarovich, who sits starkly below a deathly still portrait of his own likeness. He calls for a toast to the people of Barovia and his incredible guests staring deeply into Tatiana's eyes. He steps forward from his throne and presents Tatiana and Sergei with goblets. Anyone want to do anything quickly?
No.
Can I have a look at the can I have a gander at the liquid inside the goblet? See if it
There's a
looks
perception check. Thank you.
It's a 22.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
you beat his sleight of hand. 22. You notice that Strahd has removed a small vial from his pocket and poured a bubbling pink liquid into Tatiana's drink.
I'm going to stumble forward and pretend I'm accidentally knocking the liquid out of Tatiana's hand.
As you do that, Tatiana spills some of her drink, curtsies and excuses herself, and Sergei follows after her.
Nice.
Well done.
Okay. You continue reading. One would think that the ritual for casting a love spell or creating a love filter would be more common, but my books were bereft of such things, except for a single short treatise on the subject. The writer's conclusion that love was a force that could not be successfully reproduced by magical methods struck me as being inanely smug. Dylan, you can craft Filter of Love.
Sounds awesome, Dylan.
I don't think Dylan's there.
I'm there, yeah.
Or
Can
is,
you hear
or
me?
is stunned.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yes.
stunned.
Yep. Craft Filter of Love.
With a PH. I began dealing with something far beyond my experience in magic and needed no wise teacher to tell me it was deadly. So, if meeting Tatiana was the beginning of Strahd's eternal end, his pledge to Vampire was the final nail in his coffin. His voracious hunger for magic that would grant him Tatiana's love and remove his brother from his path drove him mad and opened his soul to the terrible powers housed in the heart of the Balinok Mountains. Yeah, and that's end of chapter. Do you want me to continue? Do you want to know what happens next?
I'll leave it to everyone else.
Happy to do
Hello?
one more.
Yeah.
You settle into a familiar room, Strahd's personal study. Unlike your previous visit, however, the hearth lies cold. The room is near pitch dark and lit by a few scattered candles. Their flickering light casts long shadows on shelves fit to bursting with tomes. Books new and old that even at a glance appear to contain endless pages of spells and incantations. The portrait above the mantel no longer resembles the members of the von Zarovich family. Instead, it is a lifelike oil rendering of Tatiana.
There we go.
Now we're in the right place.
Wow,
In the
that
far
skipped a lot when you said that first time.
I was reading different sources. In the far corner of the room, looking over the space, is Strahd, enveloped by his black cloak, muttering under his breath and weaving arcane gestures in the air. When his hand lowers, wood shifts and creaks in the otherwise empty room. So you've arrived as Strahd is attempting to learn a new spell. Anybody want to do an Arcana check?
Not
Yeah.
me. My Arcana's pants.
I'll do one. Oh, you're joking. No, I won't.
Just
Looks
as
like he's
Arcana's
waving his
pants.
arm around.
You're under the impression that he's learning how to dance.
Okay.
Is anyone
Okay.
else allowed to do a?
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah, yeah.
It was just about to land on 13 as well.
10.
Dylan, you realize that he is attempting to cast Animate Object. And he's trying to cast it on 2 leather chairs.
Guys, he's trying to animate these 2 leather chairs.
As you say that,
I said it quietly.
as you say that, you hear Strahd say, "I am tired of these spirits."
What spirit's he tired of?
Stop talking to me.
Oh,
And he carries on trying to cast his spell, but it's obviously failing.
So,
What do you want from me?
are we the spirits, I guess?
Maybe.
Can I throw one of the chairs that he's trying to transform?
Yeah.
Okay, just pick one up. Just
You go
toss
to
it.
pick a chair up, and your hands just melt right through them, and come out the other side.
I just say, Strahd, we're here for a reason.
What is the reason, spirit? What do you want now?
We're here to learn from you.
Learn what? What could someone as old as me teach you?
Everything. The whole past.
Can you be more specific?
Your path is cursed, Strahd.
Yeah.
I do not need the voices of some haggard spirit to teach me that.
You'll never be your brother, Strahd.
He bangs his fist on the table when you say this, and like bits of shit fly
You'll
everywhere.
never have the woman, Strahd.
Oh, no!
And I'll tickle him.
While this is all going on, I'm looking at the spell books. I'm going. I'm gonna pinch a spell book.
As you try to grab a spell book, your hand just melts through it.
Oh,
I just play the organ.
As you try to play the organ, your fingers melt through the keys.
Strahd, why are you following this path? It is folly.
Sorry, what was that question again?
I said, why is he following this path? It's folly.
Because Sergei and Tatiana will not leave each other's side.
What are you planning to do?
I suspect that the other nobles are seeking to eliminate me.
You
Oh,
still
you
the
must.
same insecure 7-year-old boy that can't wield a sword, Strahd.
Shut up! Shut up!
Have you not learned anything that we said? Patience.
His head lifts as you say that, and he says, "No, it can't be." And he turns and he looks in your direction, but his eyes are just scanning the room.
Can't see us.
Well, I'm assuming we're ghosts.
As he scans the room, there's a knock at the door. and it kind of breaks the silence. Before he can say anything, the door swings open. And at the door is Sergei and Tatiana, hand in hand, grinning from ear to ear.
Oh.
And Sergei says, "Brother, I must tell you the news first. Tatiana, she is betrothed to me. Please, will you host the ceremony in Castle Ravenloft in 1 moon's time?" What do you say? Strahd is getting very, very angry now.
We say to Strahd.
And he's looking around the room again.
Redeem
just
your
think-
soul, Strahd.
You must accept that she doesn't love you.
Yeah, you must accept it and don't do anything rash.
As you say that, Tatiana is also she's like giving him like pleading eyes. And his shoulders drop, and he just nods and just turns his back. And as he turns, he looks older. He just looks older and defeated and just a shadow of what he was.
Stroke his shoulders.
Say, you've done the right.
Mate.
And they leave the room. And as the door shuts, he says, "She calls me elder, old one, yet she has fallen for that gullible, faithless boy."
There is
And
wisdom
he
in age, Strahd.
He returns to his desk and starts fervently leafing through a decrepit-looking spellbook. And you hear a voice rasp from somewhere unseen. Dozens of voices echo in reply. Tatiana, Rahadin, Alex, Sergei. You even recognize the voices of your fellow party members. You cannot find what you seek in a book. Strahd whips around in terror, and the book folds itself to a close, page by page. The minimal comfort of the library vanishes, and the candles are snuffed by an arctic breeze. Howling winter wind whispers, "Come to me." And you are somewhere else. You are outside a temple. It has a magnificent facade, even in the unbearable cold. And the temple currently houses an enclave of mages and monks of the Order of the Guardians Monastery. And they curate an expensive library. The growing number of voices pierce your mind, and the wind that claimed the candles whips your cloak. Your vision returns as you stand in a blizzard on a mountainside before 6 carved amber statues towering over 40 feet tall. Each figure is deep in prayer. 2 other figures ahead of you, Strahd and Alexandra, are clad in ice-coated armor and trek through the snow toward the temple hewn from the rock. Strahd appears to be crying. You approach the colossal entrance carved into the face of the stone. Torchlight is losing a fight against the slate grey sky, and the fading fire you see in the fading fire you see the silhouette of Strahd glide effortlessly across the fallen snow and paint the powder red with the blood of a robed figure at the temple's door. And you are struggling to keep up with him as he charges into the depths of this temple.
Just run after him.
Okay. The massacre proceeds through the following these few rooms. These next few rooms, as Strahd follows Vampir's whispers. The overlook, the annex, this doesn't matter at all. The hallway, the banquet room, the shrine, the wizard's chamber, the library, the amber vault. You follow Strahd, covered in blood, into a deep underground circular sepulchre. "I am here! What do you require of me? You are death, no? Have you come for me? If so, then take me and be damned." Legion of voices rattle the bedrock. I have come on your behalf. You have fed me well, and you are due your reward. Lay your hand on my tomb. You hunger for your lost youth, Strad von Zarovich. I shall remove the rival from your path, and you shall age not one day more. Alexandra, hearing these voices for the first time, grips firmly to her weapon. Strad takes several steps towards an imposing amber sarcophagus, drops his sword to the ground, but the clang is suppressed. Feel the sound now drain from the already frigid space, and with each silent footfall, the torches burn from orange to green to blue to black before it is swallowed. Strad is about to approach the sarcophagus.
Don't do it.
Now you've got a choice. You can either aid him in the ritual or work to prevent it.
What should we do?
To prevent it.
Work to prevent it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you need to pass 5 skill checks. So you need to pass 3 skill checks out of 5.
Okay.
The amber tomb illuminates, and you see Strad's hand. Sorry, let me start again. Let me have a drink first. The amber tomb illuminates, and you see Strad's hand brace against the surface. In its hazy yellowish glow, you can see where the light has been drawn. A phantasmal shadow erupts from the surface of the stone coffin and forms into a humanoid shape with wing-like appendages draping from its forearms like the sleeves of a mystical robe. The wings envelop Strad, and shadows follow in sequence and consume the room. So someone needs to give me an Arcana check. You're trying to understand what's going on.
Who's got the best Arcana?
I've got +5.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Ramadan failed. Did you fail?
15.
That's a 10 now. Or is that a different one? Oh, sorry, that's a different one. 15. Okay, you pass. From the depths, red eyes emerge and turn to where Alec stood moments before. The light slowly refills the crypt, and Strad collapses in supplication at the stone vault. Do you wish to live? Strad nods, exhausted. Then feed. Does someone want to... I've bollocks this up. Does someone want to... Can I reverse a bit?
Yeah,
Sorry,
go back,
I'm tired. Let's reverse to where his hands are on the sarcophagus.
Yeah.
Does someone want to do a religion check to help maintain the seal of the sarcophagus?
Who's religious?
It's an intelligence check, which I don't have apparently.
It's a wisdom check.
Is it?
Religion is wisdom.
According to my character sheet, it says intelligent.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm.
Yeah.
They've done it wrong.
I've got good wisdom as well, I think.
Right. Whoever's got good religion.
Religion check.
I've got +4 religion.
How does a cleric not have a good religion check?
I don't know, because it's intelligence. I put all my skills in wisdom.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah,
Lucky.
well, I've got +2. Does anyone have more than that?
0.
I
I'm
got
useless
4.
for intelligence.
4
Yeah.
for it.
Oh god. Oh god. Here we go. Oh,
What do you get?
21.
All right, so you've succeeded. All right, so I was reading it right. Thank God. No, okay, so I was reading it right. So you've succeeded. The amber tomb illuminates, and you see Strad's hand brace against the surface. In its hazy yellowish glow, no, I've done it wrong. Sorry. What time is it? 12 o'clock. I've got a lot going on here. Sorry about that.
That's right.
You've succeeded. So, the terrible shadow of a phantasmal shadow. Who wrote this, honestly? Erupts from the surface of the stone coffin and forms into a humanoid shape with wing-like appendages draping from its forearms, like the sleeves of a mystical robe. The form rises, the height of the chamber towering over you. Ruby eyes shine from its depths on Strahd's unconscious form. You are worth more to me in death than you could ever be in life. The eyes seem to lock with each of yours simultaneously. You, however, will not live to see the light of another sunrise. The shadow swallows the room, and Alec cries in the dark. That's Alexandra. Steel clangs reverberate through the stone walls. Torches spark around the room, and Strahd kneels over the body of his advisor, indulging in geysers of her blood. So yeah, he's drinking her blood. And you all take 3d10 necrotic damage.
3d10.
Yeah, let me do that. Oh. Disappointing. 9 points of damage.
Yay.
Sorry, that was really confusing.
Sorry.
And scene. There it was. The parlay, the bargaining, the trade.
The trade.
What did they want of me? What could they possibly want from me? Dylan.
Soul.
Yeah.
You can now cast Commune as a ritual spell once per dusk.
Jesus, Dylan. I was going to start calling you Ritual.
The Dusk Ritual Man.
Dusk Ritual. Dusk Ritual, come here. Oh, he's casting a ritual. Shit.
Right. I need the loo, and I think I need a break.
Bed. I need bed.
So,
Yeah.
shall we call it here?
Yeah.
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 Right.
Sounds good.
Chapter 6, remind me.
All right.
Great. Make a note.
I'll put it in Discord.
Okay. In fact, I'll put a little thing. Discord,
There you go. Made a note.
in case anybody was wondering about what it's going to be about.
All right, dudes. I'll catch you guys